Obesity is commonly framed as the direct result of overeating or poor dietary choices, and while nutrition undeniably plays a central role, reducing the obesity epidemic to bad food alone obscures the deeper and more complex reality. In truth, obesity is a multifactorial condition shaped by the interplay of biology, environment, technology, behavior, and social norms. Among the most underappreciated contributors to rising obesity rates is the dramatic reduction in physical activity across all age groups, a shift driven not by laziness, but by a sedentary lifestyle designed and reinforced by modern society itself. Throughout most of human history, movement was embedded in survival. Walking long distances, hunting, gathering, farming, lifting, and manual labor were daily norms. Today, the average individual spends more than half their waking hours sitting, whether at a desk, in a car, or in front of a screen. Even leisure time, once filled with outdoor play or physical chores, is now dominated by digital entertainment. This massive shift toward inactivity is not a simple matter of personal willpower. It is a systemic transformation driven by urban design, workplace automation, digital connectivity, and even school policies that reduce recess and physical education. We have engineered movement out of daily life. The health consequences of sedentary living go far beyond weight gain. Inactivity leads to reductions in insulin sensitivity, mitochondrial efficiency, and muscle mass, while increasing inflammation and fat storage. These biological changes make it easier to gain weight even when calorie intake is modest. In other words, someone who eats the same food as their ancestors but moves far less may accumulate fat more quickly and struggle more to lose it. Obesity is not just about eating more. It's about burning less, and the modern lifestyle ensures that fewer and fewer calories are ever expended. It's also important to recognize how a sedentary lifestyle interacts with our biology in subtle but powerful ways. For example, physical inactivity reduces the expression of lipoprotein lipase in skeletal muscle, an enzyme crucial for breaking down fat in the blood. Sitting for extended periods also blunts metabolic rate and reduces muscle's ability to clear glucose, even within just a few hours. These changes accumulate over months and years, gradually shifting the body toward energy storage instead of energy expenditure. What this means is that a sedentary lifestyle silently alters how food is processed, and may even make healthy foods more likely to contribute to fat gain if the body lacks the metabolic flexibility that comes from regular movement. One of the most troubling effects of sedentarism is how it reshapes habits and expectations early in life. Children today spend less time outdoors than any previous generation. Schools have increasingly prioritized academic performance over physical education, and screen time has replaced physical play for many kids. These patterns establish long-term behavioral norms that are hard to reverse in adulthood. Without early positive experiences tied to movement, exercise often feels like a chore rather than a joy. This creates a reinforcing cycle of inactivity, boredom, and emotional eating, all of which compound the risk of obesity over time. It's worth issuing a strong warning here. If we continue to focus solely on food while ignoring the decline in physical movement, we may never effectively reverse the global obesity crisis. Blaming diet alone not only stigmatizes individuals, but also misleads policy and public health efforts. Food reform, while essential, must be accompanied by aggressive strategies to restore movement to everyday life, not just through gym memberships or step-counting apps, but by reshaping how we build cities, work, teach, and socialize. Sedentary infrastructure must be seen as a health hazard on par with processed food or sugary drinks. That said, there is reason for cautious optimism. Unlike genetics or early life trauma, which are important but hard to change, our physical environment and daily habits are modifiable. Introducing even light activity, such as standing or walking breaks during work hours, can improve metabolic health and reduce obesity risk. Structured exercise is powerful, but so are informal movements: gardening, dancing, playing with children, or walking to do errands. These non-exercise activities may be especially effective in offsetting sedentary time. Reframing movement as a natural and necessary part of life, rather than a burdensome task, may be the key to long-term behavioral change. Ultimately, if we want to understand and address obesity in a realistic and compassionate way, we must go beyond calories and consider the full ecological system we live in. Food matters, but so does how we live, move, work, rest, and connect. A society that makes it normal to sit for 12 hours a day and struggle to find time or space for movement will inevitably struggle with obesity, regardless of how healthy its meals are. Recognizing this doesn't diminish the importance of nutrition, it expands our view of health and offers more opportunities for sustainable solutions.